The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by
Mingy Beef Jerky,
P-Rats, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Crown Trophy, Sutherland Chevrolet, Prep Spin, Double Dogs, and by UK Sports Medicine.
Hello, I'm Bridget DeVries, your host today for the Scholastic Ball Report. As always, we have a feature from WKYT from around the state. The Roberts Insurance Team of the Week is the girls basketball team at Anderson County High School. From Nicholasville, we have the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week with some great sports action. The Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week is girls basketball and soccer player Catherine Kinder from Sayre. But we know what you want. You want the best highlights in the state of Kentucky with Brian Milam, Lee K. Howard, and Lindsey Goff.
Hello and welcome to WKYT High School Game Time. Brian Milam, Lee K. Howard, and 1 month remains before we begin district tournament action.
Hard to believe, right? All right, speaking of district tournaments, though, we might have had a glimpse into what we can expect once that postseason does begin. Bryan Station coming off only its second loss of the season 2 nights ago at Scott County. Tonight, Champ Ligon and company hoping to get back on track, hosting Frederick Douglass. No love lost between these two teams. Broncos winners of 6 of their last 7. Douglass appeared to be pulling away in the third. Avion Chenault. Broncos up by 11, but Station rallies late in the fourth. Amari Owens lets it fly from the corner to make it a 2-point game with just over 1 minute to play. On Station's next possession, Rashad Faulkner blocked, but Owens there for the putback plus the foul. His free throw gives Station a 65-64 lead. Final seconds of the game, now 67-64. Defenders on top. One last chance for Douglass. Armello Boone's 3 is off, but he is fouled. Sends him to the free throw line. He can hit all 3 and make it to overtime. He misses all 3, and Bryan Station holds on for the big win over Douglass, 67-64. How about a court storm tonight? You could argue that Tim Couch is the most important football player in the modern era of Kentucky football, and soon Couch's career will be honored by the College Football Hall of Fame. News coming out today that the Leslie County native got the call to the Hall of Fame. Couch set numerous records as a Wildcat, leading the program to that Outback Bowl and the historic win over Alabama in 1997. He broke 7 NCAA records, 14 SEC records, and 26 school records. He was named the SEC Player of the Year in 1998, a first-team All-American, and a finalist for the Heisman.
Hello and welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report as we honor the Roberts Insurance Team of the Week, the Anderson County girls basketball team. With us is basketball coach Clay Birdwhistle and 2 of his players. Welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report, Coach Birdwhistle.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Coach, talk about your season so far this year.
We've had a pretty good start to our season. We've been fortunate to have some pretty good competitive games. Just like everybody else, the month of December, we're trying to figure out who we are. January is about trying to make those adjustments. And then in February, we're going to be trying to perfect it. Fortunately for us, we have a lot of good teams still coming on our schedule. And I think it's going to help us become the best version of ourselves.
Do you play in many tournaments?
Yeah. Like a lot of teams in the state, we play before and after Christmas. Without that, it's really hard to get 30 in, to be honest. We played in Lexington Catholic's tournament before Christmas. And then after Christmas, we actually host the Century Bank Classic. So we got to see a lot of really good teams and, helped us get better.
So describe the makeup and experience on your team this year.
Well, for us, it's actually kind of different. We start all upperclassmen, which that hasn't happened very much in the going on 18 years I've been involved in county. You know, the two next to me have been starters for multiple years. You know, even off the, you know, we're having some sophomores and juniors that are contributing there. And of course, you know, it's Anderson County, so there's always going to be a young kid in there. And we have a little seventh grader that start to contribute a little bit. And, you know, we're excited about it. It's a neat mix, but it works for us.
So, what's special about your team this year?
I think one of the things that has been really special about us this year is our ability to defend. Um, you know, we've had over the past several years a lot of different types of teams. You know, we've been towards the top in the state in scoring sometimes, and we've had some longer teams and zone teams, but our ability to guard, especially in man, in the half court has been a refreshing change, and it's something that, you know, I thought we were good at, but I didn't think we would be what we are right now.
Very interesting. I mean, you know, defense, you know, more than one coach mentions that, but gosh, that's great. And who are the teams to beat in the district and region this year?
Well, in our district, for the last several years, it's really been us and Spencer battling it out. And then in the region, there's a lot of quality teams. Simon Kenton is a really good team. South Oldham might have the most talent in the 8th region. You know, like I mentioned, Spencer County's right there. Grant County is good this year. And, you know, we hope that we're one of those teams too.
Coach, introduce your players here with us today and tell us a little bit about them.
Okay. To my right is Jenna Satterley. She's a senior point guard. She's been a 3-year starter, a varsity contributor since 7th grade. She's had a really, really good year. You know, we were talking about defense. One of the reasons our defense is as good as it's been is Jenna Satterley every game guards the other team's best player, regardless of position. And, you know, she's a 5'8", 5'9" point guard, but whoever the team's best player, that's who she gets. And, you know, that's a really special thing that not very many people can do. To my left is Lainey Johnson. You know, last year as a sophomore, she was the 8th region player of the year. She has come out and had a very good year for us. To me, what's really special about Lainey this year is she really sacrificed a lot of shots to help our team get better. Last year, there were times that there were some kids that just weren't ready, and Lainey had to take shots or we weren't going to get one. This year, her teammates have improved, and she's really pulled back a little bit so we could all grow together. And it's special for someone, especially when you're talking about a teenager, to sacrifice like that for everybody.
Well, Lainey, I'll start with you. So how did you get interested in playing basketball?
I actually started out cheerleading when I was younger, and I happened to be at cheerleading a game, and the Little League coach was like, you should come try basketball because I've always been tall. So I started playing then, and my family's always been into it. So it kind of picked it up, and then I decided to quit all those sports and all in on basketball. So.
That's great. So what position do you play? And or you may play more than one, and which one do you like the most?
I'm a big fan of being like a shooting guard kind of thing. I like to shoot whenever I get open shots and then drive and kick and get it to other people, but that's probably my favorite position, is being able to get shots and contribute to everyone else.
So in practice, what do you work on the most to improve your game?
We do a lot of fundamentals, and kind of doing the basic things right and perfect kind of makes us Anderson County to do the small things right, because a lot of people don't focus on that, and that kind of helps us be who we are, is doing the little things right.
And how do you think you personally contribute to the team?
I think I get some rebounds, and especially when we need them because we're a smaller team. And being a 6-foot guard, I think that's kind of something that I have to do is pull down the rebounds and being the biggest player, trying to get those. And then I think that I can get in the paint, draw the defense, get some shots to my other teammates so I know I'll knock them down, and just kind of score when I'm needed to, and pass when I'm needed to.
That's great. And what do you like the most about being on the basketball team in Anderson County?
In Anderson County, basketball is more than just a basically. Those are like your sisters out there that you're playing with every single day. And if you make a mistake, they've got your back no matter what. And even if in school, they've got your back. So just being able to have a family like that outside of, because a lot of teams have a lot of toxic teams, and I think having able to have a family is just really great for us.
That's great. So Jenna, let's talk a little bit about your first experience playing basketball.
My older sister played, so I kind of always just grew up around family played. My mom and dad also played, so I think it just kind of started out in the backyard, just shooting a little bit, and then just growing up in our elite program here that we have really made me enjoy basketball a lot.
And so, what do you like most about the game of basketball?
Honestly, kind of similar to Lenny's answer. It's just like the people that we play with, like they are my closest friends. And so just being able to go out there every day, practice with them, compete with them, that's probably what I like about it the most.
So obviously you scored 1,000 points, so you're quite a shooter, I'd say. And so what positions do you play primarily?
I'm the point guard pretty much all the time. It's a great position just because I get to kind of control the offense and just create open shots for my teammates and just shoot the ball when I'm as needed, but really just creating for my teammates is what I like to do the most.
And what would be your most memorable game playing at Anderson County High School?
Probably the first time that we ever went to state. I think I was in 8th grade. Just winning the region championship and going to play at Rupp is just the most exciting thing. Just because it's a whole nother atmosphere. And playing at Rupp Arena, it's one of the best courts in the country. So.
Yeah, that would be a memory. I know. You probably never forget that. Well, thank you, Coach Birdwhistle, Laney, and Jenna for being on the Scholastic Ball Report this week.
Hey, there's no place we'd rather be. Thank you.
Thank you. That's it for the Roberts Insurance Team of the Week. We'll be right back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report. Hello and welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report as we honor the Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week. This week's scholar is Catherine Kinder, a girls basketball and soccer player from Sayre High School. Welcome to the Scholastic Ball Report, Catherine.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So I always like to ask people, how did you get interested in playing sports?
My dad always he was always interested in sports, and so he signed me up for a lot of sports, and ever since I was little, I always played sports, so I've just taken a liking to them, I guess.
I guess you grew up with them too, and that's usually the way it happens. Somebody, says, hey, why don't you try this? But you're interested in playing, and you play soccer and basketball. Is there one you prefer over the other?
I prefer basketball. I've played it longer, and I've just taken more of an interest to it, and I prefer it. I think it's a really fun game, and I really enjoy to play it.
That's great. Do you think playing both sports helps you and excel, in the other one?
I definitely do. I think being a multi-sport athlete helps you excel in other sports, as they both have their strengths, and you learn stuff from playing other sports.
You're exactly right. I think you're right, because the more you play, and it's also less boring because you get to do a lot of different things. So through each season. So do you set personal goals for yourself each year?
I wouldn't say I have specific goals, but I always want to try to be the best I can, be the best teammate for my team. And
And what's your very favorite thing about being either a basketball player or a soccer player at Sayre? What's your favorite thing about it?
I would say just being a part of the team and getting to know people. It's a really good atmosphere, and you make a lot of new friends from it.
Yeah, that's great. Well, let's talk about your academic accomplishments. You're a really good student with a GPA of 4.0, and that's not easy to do this day and time because I know Sarah's got a tough curriculum. Do you have a favorite academic area or subject?
I would say my favorite academic subject is math.
Well, that's a really good field, and there's a fair amount of math that goes into playing sports, too. I mean, there really is. Do you think that you have plans possibly to go to college?
I'm not sure where I want to go yet, but I mean, I still have a couple years to decide and see where I want to go.
How do you balance your sports activities and, keep your grades going up?
I say I use my time very wisely. If I have late practice, I'll do my homework before practice, or if I have practice right after school, when I get home, I'll do my homework. So I don't ever get behind on anything, and I always keep my grades up.
Well, that's great because, you got to be organized in sports and to keep your academics going. So, well, thank you, Catherine, for being on the Scholastic Ball Report today.
Well, thank you for having me.
That's Catherine Kinder, the Crown Trophy Scholar Athlete of the Week. We'll be right back with more on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Time for the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. Bryan Station and Douglas. And the defenders rally late in the game. Rashad Faulkner driving, blocked, but Amari Owens is there for the putback and the foul. His free throw gives Station the 1-point lead, and Bryan Station goes on to win 67-64, defeating Frederick Douglass. That is your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. And the girls' Louisville Invitational Tournament in the quarterfinal round with the second-ranked GRC Lady Cardinals without Sierra Byers facing Assumption. Robbie Graham's Lady Cardinals would light up Valley Station tonight. GRC passing the ball around the perimeter. There is Kennedy Stamper for three. You know that's going in. Then Stamper gets it inside for the layup. GRC forces 29 turnovers tonight. And the Redbirds, they are out and running, and guess who's going to finish this one off? Not Stamper, because, well, she passes to Anaya Chestnut. GRC in the semifinals, 77-43.
Staying in Southwest Louisville on lively Dixie Highway, Douglas and Butler. Nia Rhodes, she's a gamer. Love watching her play. She has the sweet jumper. And a proud alum of Butler High School coming to you. That's me. The pride of Crumbs Lane got going. Mariah Knight. Look at that backyard move. That's the South Louisville swing, folks. That's a 20-3 run. The Lady Broncos moving the rock to the corner, and we see Mariah Knight ripping the three, but Butler 17 better, 61-44.
All right, Lafayette has won 5 of its last 7. Tate's Creek trying to even up the season record at 500, third quarter. Lafayette cleaning up the glass. Jackie Tishbengi with the board and the putback. I'm going to say Generals down 3 at the other end. Creek's Kaylee Potts from beyond the arc with 3. That's good for the Commodores there. Miracle Mobley, sweet southpaw. I always shoot it better, right? Creekers with a 13-point win. I am one. 58-45.
Frankfort and Great Crossing at the Birdhouse, first quarter. Frankfort's Kendall Cook. 4-3. We like three-pointers on this show, just saying. And the Panthers get out to the quick advantage. Great Crossing off the inbound. That's Nia Carr. We've got a lot of Nias tonight. Quick release, and then on the break, the Warhawks. Ava Sherman. And looking like her old man Steve. I don't know. Maybe the daughter's better. Just saying. Great Crossing. It was a tight game. Great Crossing gets the win 44-36. Lyon County, the best All-A team in the land, riding a 16-game winning streak into the quarterfinals of the All-A state tournament. Down in Corbin for the first time, Travis Perry and the purple and gold squaring off with Walton Verona in the third. Perry with the drive. The pull-up floater to fall, and we know he's a great shooter, but we saw him tonight go one-on-one a lot. Baseline and one. That's a number 2 combo with Sweet Tea if you're in the drive-thru. The Lions, in search of their first small school state crown, making it to the semifinals. Tough one, 64-52, the final.
Well, that's the show for this week. Special thanks to our Scholastic Ball Report team. Prep Spin, King of Stream, William Warfield. Joel Clace, our director. Executive producer, Bridget DeVries, that's me. WKYT sports staff, Brian Mallon, Lee K. Howard, and Lindsey Goff. And all of the WKYT reporters for their excellent features. So once again, for those you see and those you don't see, you keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by Mingy Beef Jerky, P-Rats, Rafferty's, Roberts Insurance, Crown Trophy, Sutherland Chevrolet, Prep Spin, Double Dogs, and by UK Sports Medicine.
The new